What's going on, everyone? Jollib here, and welcome back for another Black Desert Online Guides. On this video, I'm going to be showing you guys a more detailed look of the workforce node management and how to maintaining your workforce for Black Desert Online. Now let's say you get far enough into the game and you finally arrived in Velia, which is one of the early starter larger towns that you will encounter as you progress through the game. And you say that you have enough contribution points that you want to have a workforce going for you. Now let's say that you want to start doing a potato farm, and the potato farm would be a Logia farm. Now you're gonna make sure that you have points invested to the farm. So the first thing you want to do is talk to the node management person on that particular farm you want. So we're gonna go for Logia farm. So we're gonna go to Logia farm. You're gonna right click on it, and that will set a waypoint to the node management person. So all you're gonna do is follow your waypoint. Follow that white beacon of light in the distance. That will lead you to your node manager, which is Severo Logia. So you're gonna talk to this person.
This is
you're gonna
Logia
press
farm.
this node management button, and it will zoom out and it'll tell you that you need 2 points to invest initially. So you're gonna invest 2 points. Plus, if you want to do the potatoes, you're gonna invest on the potato also. So in this one, you're gonna be investing 1 more point, and now you have the potato farm that you can send a worker in. Now it's as easy as, once you're out of that, you can exit and you can assign workers to that anywhere you want, as you're gonna get this pickaxe icon right here. But to assign workers anywhere you want from anywhere in the world, all you gotta do is press the map, click on Logia farm, click on the potatoes, and then you have an option of doing it 1 time, or you can go change it to however many times you want that worker to do. Now you'll get some basic info. You need 200 workload points, and my worker can do 53.5 and 53.2. So it's gonna take your worker to finish 1 action of 44 minutes and 13 seconds. Now this will get better as you level up your worker and the higher tier your worker, meaning that a green worker is less efficient compared to a blue, and also same for a blue worker is less efficient compared to a gold worker. As you can see, even though this gold worker right here is all the way across the map, it's almost working as fast as a green worker, which is near the map. So basically, the farther your worker is from the node, the longer it's going to take him to work and finish 1 action. So we're going to go ahead and just do 1 action for this potato and start work. And now all you have to do is be online, and in 44 minutes and 12 seconds, your worker will harvest some potatoes for you for free. It can range from maybe to 2 potatoes all the way, it's random. You can get from 2 potatoes, the max I got is 30 potatoes. Anyways, now if you have more than 1 worker working, you're gonna need lodgings. Now this is where most people get confused between lodgings and residence. Lodgings are for your workers, or beds for them to sleep, thus increasing your worker limit per town. And residence is for you as a player to put furniture in and beds, and for you to put other crafting materials for you to do certain things like cooking and alchemy. Now lodgings you cannot enter, and residence as a player you can enter. So keep that in mind. Even though that you bought something in the map named lodgings, you may not enter it. Only resident houses. So I'm gonna buy us some residents. Now you want to go to the map, click on Velia, close this area, and you want to just, if you're gonna look for lodgings, all you gotta do is in the top right there's a search area where it says lodging, and it will put an arrow on all 3 lodging areas that you could buy with contribution points. So the white one means you already own, the blue one is what that you can buy or invest in, and the gray one out is you need to buy the previous building before you can start investing into it. So this one will require me 1 contribution point, and it can be upgraded twice, so I need to get 2
I hope things go well tomorrow. I hope things go well tomorrow.
So I'm gonna purchase the lodgings, and it's gonna take 5 minutes for it to complete. And then once it's complete, you're gonna have that 1 extra slot for a worker. Now that we have extra lodgings available at Velia, now you want to go to your work supervisor.
What do you want?
And contract
you need workers?
Now early on, you can't really be too picky with the workers you get, because for every time you view a worker, it will cost you 5 energy. So I'm gonna go contract a worker, and since you see 5 energy to hire, and I have 139. Now you don't have to hire it, you can look for another worker, but it will cost you another 5 energy. So yes, you see my first look, it gave me the knave worker, it's a giant. Giant has the slowest work speed, but has the most stamina. Humans being the middle ground, and goblins having the fastest work speed but low stamina. But I would try to avoid white names because that's the lowest tier. And you want to aim for green early on, and then later on, as you have more energy points, you want to aim for blue or better. So for me, I want to hire another, but make sure that you have enough silver in your inventory or in your storage so that you can afford these workers. Most expensive one is, I think, is 35,000 silver, which is the yellow workers. So I'm gonna go view another one. Enter, and right here we got a blue goblin. I'm not really aiming for goblins right now, so I'm gonna go view another one, even though it's a blue worker. And here we go. Now we have a giant worker. He has 45 work speed, 2.5 speed, and he has 25 stamina. So it's gonna cost me 10,000 silver. I'm just gonna use the one in my inventory and hire worker. And easy as that, now you have a skilled giant worker. And I can put him to work. So right now we have 1 worker working at Velia. I'm in at Logia. I'll have an open spot in Bartali Farm. So I'm gonna go ahead and have him harvest me some chicken meat. Maximum, and enter. Now as your workers level up, they're gonna get better skills, and they will get random skill points, skills traits every 5 levels. So I'm gonna go show you that. So as you can see, I have a level 21 giant over here, and let's see, he has a couple of skills on the left. Lucky Guy, Costume Knowledge, Lucky Guy C, Quick B, and Thrifty B. So not too shabby. But as basically endgame, you want to aim for gold or better. Now let's say that you want to make your worker a bit better. And there's a small chance that you can make him improve and your
Tomorrow.
green or blue worker into a blue or yellow worker. All you have to do is promote him, make sure they're not working. Promote him and they'll have to take a test. And there's a small chance after 24 hours of real life time that he will pass the test and will get promoted to the next level. So there's the human worker. There's a green, which is just a normal, and then you get the skilled. Then after skilled you get professional. So that should conclude most of it. Now, another question is, how do you do nodes that are farther out? As you can see, there's these white lines right here, right? So let's say I want to go to Tuscany Farm. You first need to invest contribution points on Bartali Farm, which will then allow you to connect to Tuscany Farm. So after you invest in Bartali Farm, all you gotta do is find the node manager in Tuscany Farm and invest points there. If you try to invest points in Tuscany Farm without having any invested points in Bartali Farm, it won't let you invest any points at all, and it'll tell you go back to the previous node, which will be Bartali Farm or the Western Guard Camp. So you want to connect all the nodes into one continuous line and perform a route. Like over here, I have from Velia is all the way going all the way to Heidel, to Calphion, and all these lines right here are all the way invested to Trent and up to Bear. And I even made a special route all the way to Alvia, so that I can just transport things instead of going there and hauling the goods myself. So that concludes on how to invest your contribution points and putting your workers to work. Now I'm going to show you guys how to maintain your workforce. As your workforce works, they will use stamina, and in order for them to continue working, you will need to refill their stamina. First thing you want to do is invest some points into a residence. So we're going to go to the map. We're going to go to Velia, and you're going to find yourself a residence. Right here. I'm just going to show you a couple residences. And I think I would like to have this as my residence. So when you purchase it for 1 point, and it's not going to cost you anything except for a contribution point. Purchase residence. And voila, it's now available. Now I'm going to set a hotkey to, a waypoint to it so I can find it later. And now the next step you want to do is get some grain products, which is potatoes, corn, wheat, or barley. Get any of these products, but you can either harvest it yourself, or you can have your workers harvest it for you. Now as of right now, our workers are busy harvesting resources, so I'm going to show you guys how to harvest it by spending your own energy to it. First thing you need is a hoe, any kind of hoe. Now you don't have to do this with a hoe, but if you use a hoe while harvesting or crops or bushes or anything, it will give you a 100% chance of getting something other than weeds. So now to get a hoe, all you gotta do is go to Velia and find yourself the hoe icon. So you're gonna go to the hoe icon lady, which is the material vendor.
There are two possible reasons for you
and buy
coming
yourself
here.
an old
Either you're
home.
looking for flowers or tools.
Since I already have one, I don't need to buy one for me. But for you, you're gonna go buy yourself an old home. No pun intended. Anyway, and Velia, there's lots of crops that you can harvest. They have corn just outside of town, and they have potatoes. So if you don't have a hole and you try to harvest a potato, you only get a small chance of getting a yield of potato, but instead you get a yield of weeds or grass instead. So you want to make sure you have a hole so you can get a 100% chance of potato. I'm gonna go ahead and harvest me some potato. Wait for the 20-second timer. And voila, you get 1 potato. Now you're gonna need at least 5 potatoes for this. So I'm gonna go ahead and eat some grain soup for you guys. And so I can get faster gathering time and speed the process up. So now you're gonna do this a couple of times so at least you get 5 potatoes. Or 5 corn, or wheat, or barley. Whichever you have, whichever you have access to more easily. Early on, you're mostly going to be using potatoes. And later on, once you get to Calpheon, you're going to be probably using the northern wheat plantation. And using barley and wheat as your main beer crop. Now looks like this area has been harvested by someone else. So I just need that 1 crop that will give me a potato. There we go. Alright, now the higher your gathering skill is, the better your chance of getting more than 1 potato. So as you can see, now we have more than 5 potatoes. So now all you have to do is go find an inn and find yourself an innkeeper. No, I don't think it's an innkeeper or an innkeeper or a chef.
Welcome to Lunar Halo Inn.
Beautiful and magnificently well.
And
Me greatly once you taste my
you're gonna buy yourself
But
1
they were
sugar,
actually half brother and sister. The story of
2
Santo
leavening
Manzi and
agents,
Bahar is cool too. Like they were
and 6 mineral water. And now you're gonna buy yourself
the town gang quickly
By
picked
courage
up
I will.
you're gonna buy yourself a cooking utensil
Pointed his sword right into the table and said,
that you're gonna place inside your residence. So we're gonna go ahead and find our residence. This over here, the human icon. So we're gonna go into our home. And place your cooking utensil. Now you're gonna go ahead in place mode. And you're gonna go to your cooking utensil and you can place it wherever you want. And just place it right here. And get on with the cooking. So all you gotta do is activate your cooking utensil and you're gonna put in 5 potatoes, 1 sugar, 2 leavening agent, and all of the 6 water that we bought. Now if you're doing this in mass production, you're still gonna put 5 potatoes or grain, 1 sugar, 2 leavening agent, and 6 water. And you're gonna press continuous production, and then you're gonna put in, and then whatever is in your inventory will just repeat the whole action without you doing it all over again. But since we're just making 1, I'm just gonna press cook. You're gonna wait your 10-second timer, and then you're gonna get yourself beers. And you get yourself 1 beer, I think. I'm taking 2, but that's because I have high cooking. Now with that beer, you can give to your worker with no more stamina. So I'm gonna go right head over here, and I know I have a worker and Calpheon that needs to recover. So all I gotta do is recover and give him some beer. Now you can do it by right clicking and I'll give him 2 energy, or you can shift and right click and that will fill up the whole bar and use up all whatever beer it needs. Now if you have a bunch of workers that needs to be refilled with stamina, all you gotta do is recover all, and it'll tell you how many energy points and workers that are in need of energy. So basically, if you're going to be using beer, it's that number divided by 2 is the amount of beer that you're going to be using. And then occasionally, once you get higher cooking, you're going to get yourself cold draft beer, which will replenish 3 stamina instead of 2. Now you can use other things like oatmeal or fish fillet or cheese plate to give your workers stamina, but those require more complex ingredients that are harder to mass produce. With beer, all you need is grain, 5 grain, and then the rest you can buy off the innkeeper around town. So it may not replenish a lot of stamina, but it is low cost and very cheap to make. So as you can see, I have a high amount of beer with me, 702, because I go to quite a lot in a day, depending on how large your workforce is. So that should conclude on how to maintain your workforce and have them work for you without you worrying or doing anything at all, aside from you making the regular beers once or every other day for them to continue working for you. That should conclude my video for this video guide, and if you did enjoy or find my tutorial at all any enjoyable or informative, please hit the like and the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next time. Jollib out.